governor of the volunteer state, Governor Bill Lee. Governor, good morning.
How you doing, sir?
Governor, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it.
Oh, I love being on your show and speaking to the folks in Bradley County. I'm proud to be here.
Well, Governor, let's begin really with obviously what everybody's thinking about. That's the virus, and let's talk about some late developments. We know that Pfizer has now just today applied for that emergency use designation from the FDA. We also know that Tennessee is one of 4 states that they're going to test their distribution model. What does that mean, Pfizer's decision? What should Tennesseans know about that?
Well, 2 things. One, the fact that they picked Tennessee as one of 4 states to run their pilot just means that they are acknowledging our distribution plan. So we worked really hard to develop a distribution plan to make sure that we do this effectively and efficiently. And every state submitted their plans to the federal government, and Pfizer was impressed with our plan. So I'm proud of that. But what it really means is that pretty soon, and I don't know what pretty soon is, but we know that within the next couple of weeks, likely, this will be approved, and we will be allowed to begin to distribute this, hopefully in the first week or 2 of December. We also know it's a very limited supply initially, so we will likely get a few 100,000 doses of vaccine to start the distribution process, and then Pfizer will follow up with that. That means that we have to make decisions, and we already have developed a strategy for who gets the vaccines initially. And in our state right now, the biggest challenge we have is healthcare capacity. So we've got our hospitals are at capacity; they're filling up, and we have a lot of COVID patients. There are a lot of people sick in this state, and we need to make sure that people that have COVID and also people that have a heart attack or a stroke or an accident and have to access healthcare, that there is healthcare available. So we will provide the vaccine first to healthcare workers, so that our nurses and doctors don't get sick and have to leave the hospital, which is happening. And so we will vaccinate them, and then we will go to vulnerable populations like the elderly with underlying conditions, and then we'll just go down the line as we get more vaccine to treat more and more Tennesseans.
We're joined by the governor of Tennessee, Bill Lee. What do you make of the COVID numbers that you're seeing each day here in the volunteer state?
Yeah, what I make of it is that we have a really serious health pandemic in this globe and in this country, and it's right here in Tennessee, and it's right there in your county, and it's real. It is people are sick. It transmits from one to the other, and so there are very simple things that help slow the spread of that, like masks and distancing and washing your hands and staying apart from big gatherings. But we also know that we've learned a lot. We know how to treat patients better. The outcomes are better, but the case counts are overriding the outcomes. And so we're just in a really difficult place right now that is impacting Tennesseans, especially our health system. And we all need to pull together and help one another get through this. And that means, pay attention and try to do everything you can to keep from spreading this virus.
We're joined by Governor Bill Lee, and as we talk about what we can do with the virus, here we go, Governor. Thanksgiving is in 6 days. What do you say to our citizens of Tennessee about their Thanksgiving plans?
First of all, I'd say that Thanksgiving is an incredibly great opportunity for us to thank the Lord for his abundant and rich blessings. Amen. And don't lose sight of that. Secondly, I would say that, this Thanksgiving's probably different from any other we faced. There have been challenges before, certainly, but this one's a unique challenge. And gathering a lot of people in a room is just not a very safe thing to do in the midst of a pandemic. There's just no way about that. And so my family, for example, who has had Thanksgiving dinner at my mom's house every single day of my life, we're not doing it this year. And we're in touch. We're going to have small gatherings on our back porches and we're going to be in touch with my mom and go by and visit her outside. And we're going to do all these smart things to make sure our family connects. But we're not going to, for 2 or 3 hours, all pack into her house. And in my faith tradition, fasting is something we do on occasion. And it's interesting. When you fast, you sacrifice something so that you can remember all the what's more important than the eating. And, we have an opportunity in my family. We're looking at it that way. Hey, we're going to do it different this year, but we're going to be more mindful than ever about the meaning of Thanksgiving. I just encourage Tennesseans to stop and think and take it seriously, particularly if they have elderly family members.
We're joined by Governor Bill Lee. And Governor, one final topic here, and that is about expanded testing around the holidays in Tennessee. Tell me about that. Yeah,
so we're having a testing push, more free testing available for Tennesseans. When in doubt, get out there and get a test. On Monday, we will be expanded testing in all 89 county health departments. We have expanded hours at 35 of those health departments. The National Guard is helping us operate 21 drive-through testing sites across the state. We don't know what the capacity of testing is going to be, but we have ramped up so that we can get, hopefully, all of those test results back within 72 hours, so people will know before Thanksgiving. But, this could create quite a surge. We can't guarantee anything, but we're hopeful that lots of folks will get out and try to at least minimize the risk before they take a few days off.
And final question, Governor, we got about a minute here, and that is what is happening with the presidency of this country. Your thoughts on that, as well as if your ability, our state's ability, to work with a President-elect Biden, or if something else were to happen.
Yeah, so I can't predict what's going to happen. I will say I think the president has every right to pursue every legal route. That's kind of part of the process in this country. And when we have close elections, we should let a process play out. I think Al Gore conceded his presidency on December 13th, if I'm not mistaken. So this is not unprecedented to run to ground everything that needs to be run to ground to make sure that we ultimately have the outcome that people trust. But as far as the next president and my working with them, look, I ran a business for 25 years. Some of the customers we worked with were very easy to work with. Some were challenging. But you know what? I needed their business, and it's very important that a state work with the federal government, and I'm going to do that no matter who the president is.
Well, Governor, happy Thanksgiving to you and the First Lady and your family, and thank you so much for your kindness and keeping our area informed personally about what's happening.
Hey, Steve, thank you very much, sir. You have a blessed holiday.
You as well. Governor Bill Lee, of course, governor of our state, with a word about a lot of things there in a 10-minute time frame, as the governor's office communicating with us and letting us know that he did want to talk about a few things, one of those being the as you just heard, if you heard the interview, the COVID cases on the rise in Tennessee, also the expanded testing that is going to be happening around the holidays, as you heard the governor say, from a lot by the National Guard helping with that around the state. And then a warning, really, about Thanksgiving, and that is to be careful, as you heard his example. The governor foregoing his normal family celebration as well, and then a headline possibly statewide at the end of the interview commenting on the presidential election. The governor saying that President Trump should be able to exhaust all legal capabilities, and that he did point out that former Vice President Al Gore 20 years ago conceded on the 13th day of December, and saying it's not unprecedented, but important for Tennesseans to note that the governor says he will work with whatever administration it is federally, and commenting on the Pfizer vaccine, that Tennessee, one of 4 states chosen based on the plan that the state submitted to Pfizer. So Tennessee chosen out of 4 states around the nation. Our interview, exclusive interview with Governor Bill Lee on Mix 1041. If you missed it, you're just in tune. You can go back and watch on Mix TV, our digital television channel, at mymix1041.com. For Mix 1041 WCLE News, I'm Steve Hartline reporting.